Hello, what's up people? Miko here, and I'm going to continue my stream of Dead Synchronicity City. Dead Synchronicity City, damn, it's such a tongue twister, that name. Anyway, for those of you who don't know, we're playing as Michael, and we just actually entered the city, where a guy pretty much told us, oh yeah, you have to help me break up this, I don't know, like door or whatever, so you can escape some guards. The old guy over here. So we're basically just continuing this let's play, cause I just want to see where this game goes. I think it's kind of sad I didn't have time to continue to more or less finish this let's play last week.
Hello, friend.
It was kind of what we're hoping
Come over
for.
by the fire.
It's dying down. But
I think it's cool anyway. You know.
As long as those uniformed psychopaths don't decide to end our little get-together first, of course.
Hey, look. One of those magic bracelets from the camp. They say that place is a real hellhole. A kind of living death. So, you've come back from the dead. Do they call you Lazarus?
Well, you could put it that way.
There's always so dark humor in this. Let's say what they have to say. What is saying about curfew? Yeah, I actually want to know more about this curfew thing going.
Well, it depends on the mood of the soldiers in this zone. But you know it's time to go home when they start taking their guns out of their holsters.
Today they're extremely jumpy. I don't think it'll be long before they start insulting people and hitting them with their rifle butts.
You guys
That's
are
actually not too bad, I mean.
It's just their crude way of showing us affection.
Oh, shut
Showing
up.
of affection,
In
yeah,
any
right,
case,
dude.
you don't have to worry. That bracelet means you don't have to hide from them. You know that's one of the privileges that comes with it.
I knew that that bracelet was a good idea. I totally
We
knew
try to
it.
stay out of their way. The first
This is
rule
gonna
is
be so
home
easy.
before curfew. Anyone who isn't gets dragged off to refugee camp. That's one of the strictest laws the Great Wave imposed upon this city.
But that's actually not too bad.
Why are you afraid of the soldiers?
It's actually.
I'd heard that things function better here.
I don't know where you heard that, friend, but whoever told you that was lying. Here, things are very ugly and getting uglier every day. Everything's in short supply: water, food, medicine.
We have a surplus of just two things: misery and violence. Life
Well,
is
that's at
cheap
least two things to
and
have. I
getting
mean,
cheaper
we don't even
all
have that in the
time,
camp, so.
especially since the army.
I still
took
think
over.
they have the
The
winning
army.
side and they don't have
See.
to live with like garbage
And
stuff.
what happened to the other
So
authorities? The
I
politicians?
would still rather live
the
with this city at
laws?
the moment.
Those are distant memories from the old world, my dear. Get them out of your head, because all that collapsed like a house of cards. Since the
That
Great
sucks.
Wave, no one's got any plan, strategy. We're all adrift.
He's right. The most reliable thing we
That's still
have
not
left
too
is what
bad.
you see around the corner. Armed teenagers in uniform on the streets, on the rooftops, just as scared as we are, or more, and shooting anything that moves.
I think our common destiny is to finally die of starvation, of disease,
What is there supposed to be a
or
cure?
boredom. I don't know which
Nah, I
of
could
the three
always have
options I
boredom.
find the most cruel. Who knows? Maybe the most sensible
That seemed
thing
way
is
too
to
bad.
organize a group excursion and break into Suicide Park.
And what's up with this
Suicide
Suicide Park?
Park.
Everybody's talking
Don't
about this
call it
place.
that.
I'm
It's
so
not
curious
funny.
about getting there.
That name's as stupid
I mean, it
as
seems
that
to actually be
hospital they
kind of
built in such a hurry
like
next
cool
to it.
place,
It's
so-
crazy. The entire city is starving and sick, and the soldiers keep those medical facilities locked up like Fort Knox.
And do you know how things are elsewhere? Do you get news from outside?
I'm afraid not. With no communications or transportation, and with the army on every corner, we are totally cut off.
Who
Damn.
cares anyway? When you don't
Actually,
know
it
from
kinda
one day
sucks,
to
though.
the next if you're gonna be alive, there's no time to worry about what happens 100, 1,000, or 100,000 miles away.
That is
I
true,
understand.
man. Don't we just get a shield and deal with it? Yeah, exactly, like the medicine.
But what good is it having
that's what I
medical
wanna
facilities
know.
if no one can use them? I don't understand.
No one
Really,
does, friend.
well,
But
you
that's
just gotta
way
have the
is.
money
I
for
don't know
it. That's
why
the
anyone
thing.
would
If you
wanna
had the
go
money
into
for the
that
medicine,
building.
they'd
But I can
probably
assure
give
you
it to me.
that they're not going to get treated
I
for anything
hope.
in there.
Or
Not
something
even for a miserable
along
cold.
those lines, at least.
Besides, it's a real fortress. The person will be more likely to come out sick from an overdose of gunpowder and lead. You know how it is, dear. There's no cure for love or death. Hey, I like that last phrase. It would make a good opening line for a story.
Oh, will you shut up for once, Ramon?
But I like
Don't pay any
Ramon. He actually got
attention
some
to him.
pretty cool
In
sense
the
of
old world, he
humor.
earned his living writing stories, and he still thinks that all that waste paper might someday be useful after the Great Wave.
And
Hey,
in
what the fuck
fact,
not? At least
it
somebody's
is.
thinking ahead.
A good deal of that scrap paper is fueling this bonfire right now, dear. So I can consider my literary career to have been worthwhile.
Well, at least it's something. Yeah, tell me about
Did you say
Suicide Park.
Suicide Park? Someone in the camp told me about that place.
And the first dark stars come out to hang from the sky. We could sit and count them together, you and I.
When the sun departs from
Yeah, why the fuck
Suicide
not?
Park. Yes, I recognize the song. But what the hell is it? Is there really a place with that name?
Yes, it exists.
But
After
where?
the Great
Tell me.
Wave, and when things were starting to get really ugly here, the weakest among us eased their suffering with a bullet, by overdosing, or by jumping from high places. You know how it is. All those dark stars had a hard time finding a reason to go on living.
There was a terrible wave
Well,
of
it's actually not too-
suicides, and there still is.
Too confusing. I
The
mean,
problem
they seriously
is
do
at some
vaporize
point
if
a
it's die
problem
by the
arose.
disease, so
How should I put it? A serious
I would have done something
logistical
similar, honestly.
problem. Access to drugs and firearms became practically impossible. So the easiest thing was to grab a rope or a belt and go to Suicide Park after dark.
There was a time when it was hard to find a free branch anywhere in the park.
The suicides in the area multiplied at such a rate that the army closed down the park. They said for public health reasons.
For months, the only thing blooming in that park were the corpses of the hanged. The place became more
Damn.
like a theme park. Lots of fun for everyone.
I told you not to make jokes about that.
But I
Don't
like
you have any
Ramos,
respect
yo.
for anything?
Of course not. That was one of the many things I lost in the Great Wave. And one of the things I missed the least, believe me.
Thanks for the chat.
Thanks for the company, friend.
yeah, not too bad. Not too bad.
Judging from what remains of the stained glass windows and the
There we
murals,
also have a church.
now it's one of
Let's see, this was I've already talked to, and I know that those are just shadows.
a few buildings are still standing, but most of them are with a handful of city dwellers in the street. But there's no doubt about it.
I know there's jump forward with some of them, but yes, basically he just telling what to do. I guess like the only thing we actually can ask on the check what we can do around here.
What was formerly the end subway service, I imagine the train.
So now's the question: you should go into the church down the subway. If I get a feeling that,
A metal sign, and
yeah, totally grab it.
let's see. I can try to rip it off.
Ah, it's too bad, man.
I'm afraid I'm not going to be able to get it off with my hands.
Well, then I guess we're going to have to find something else. Well, I'm just going to go into the church and see what's up. I mean, this
Send
church
us a
used to have
sign,
something.
Lord. We need a sign from you.
Hey, wait a
Dude,
minute.
they will have
I
absolutely
know that
no.
voice.
Are we guilty of arousing your rage? Did we do it?
Of course you
Speak
did.
with your tongue of fire, Lord. Purge us with unrelenting justice. Send us a sign.
I don't think he
Is
would get a
this
sign.
our doing? Are you punishing us for our arrogance?
Oh fuck yeah, he is.
Unleash your thunderous voice, Lord. Release us from this intolerable uncertainty. Did we do it? Send us a sign.
I'm getting a strong impression that man's a fanatic and a little bit deranged.
Well,
But a
you
sermon
don't
made me
say.
curious. What could he mean by "we did it"?
The ruins of the temple. The lion.
Ooh,
of
shed a
the
glass.
kings. We still have time.
Not really sure why I'm even able to loot it, but that works for me. Oh my god, psychosis!
Oh no. Here comes that sensation again.
Hey, wait!
It's like floating in a dense liquid while everything around me is transformed.
But that girl, at least, like, that's the first person
God,
I
think I'm starting to lose my mind.
Like that old lady was like the first one I even seen, like, as another person. Like stone cross. Sculpture? Can we grab the sculpture? Really? Can I loot it?
Illuminate us with your fiery voice,
catastrophe
Lord.
caused a lot of
Send
damage to
us
this
a
pedestal.
sign.
The fact that the statue is still standing is a miracle.
Well, that's actually kind of cool though. I couldn't loot it, so let's talk to the
I'm not going to
priest.
interrupt him in the middle of...
The
I'm not gonna
thunderous voice of your
Why
angels
not?
through the gash.
I mean, you
That
should.
is
That must be...
your
I don't know. Could that be the reason?
Well, if I. Come on, guy.
I'm not going to...
Let's interrupt him already. I mean, we have actually no reason to do anything
Did
else.
we do it? Are we the guilty ones?
Well, in that case, I think we're going to go to the subway. Because we didn't seem to have way too much to do over there. Yeah, man. Let's go down the subway. Is there a medical center?
A bucolic fountain covered with ivy and moss. The park's desolation gives it an air of mystery from the side of the fence. In its stay, it must...
So I guess this is like the suicide part?
Southside Park. Would you believe it?
This must be the famous suicide park I've been hearing so much about. Huh. The pun is as witty as it is macabre.
That seems kind of cool. What? Plank with message? Oh yeah, we should totally grab the plank with message. That's one. Oh, nails! Damn! All this loot.
A piece of wood with a handwritten sign. Closed for... Judging from the hand, I assume the...
That's kind of cool, actually. What? Can we tell Doug?
So, let's see. Impossible. It's not that it's super heavy. It's that there's hardly any place to...
But what if... I ask him to see if this works.
This plank doesn't quite...
Okay. I guess we have to find something else to use, right?
You can smell the... I have... It's rather disconcerting to see such a small building surrounded by such extreme security measures. Could this be the medical center people have been telling me about?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. Oh wait, I could click on something? What do you loot?
This entrance is reserved for authorized motor vehicles only. Get away from it. Move on.
Oh damn!
What the hell?
Don't shoot me, guys! I haven't done shit!
Savages don't get around. I'd better avoid getting too close to that area, at least on foot.
Yeah, oh wait, maybe get the little motorcycle in the camp layer and get in, I guess. I just want to see, like, can you walk over here, dude? Well, I guess not. Well, in that case, it doesn't seem like I can do way too much, honestly. Which I was honestly hoping for. I just needed something to, like, ask and see if...
Use this here? How?
Well, I don't know. I was hoping that you maybe could bend it off or something, but I'm not quite sure. I'm going to be honest. In church for all fuck shit with me. Let's think, I kind of want to go down the main street.
It's a silhouette. It seems like those uniformed psychopaths onto each and every...
Doesn't seem like there's too much I could do.
I prefer to hold on.
Okay. I just have to check, like, really. Moskvarsman, Vision, knows about secret guard. Refusing. And så är det roller kommer in. That actually didn't was too much of a help, was it?
A chain with a padlock. Huh. Let's not waste any more.
Oh, it's true, man. It's true. I got a feeling there's something. Oh, wait. Poster? Wait, let's see what it is.
Tomorrow comes today. There's something about the composition that's strangely familiar to me. Some memory related to my former life, perhaps? Or maybe it's just a memory glitch caused by the Great Wave.
Yeah, I think it's a bit of both, honestly.
Without electricity, this...
I wonder what I should do, honestly. The share classes.
They come from one of the church. They're pretty and eye-catching, and have a nice variety of...
That's like I do too much with the loot I have at the moment. We're going to try going into church again. Just because I'm curious if he stopped talking or not.
The thunderous voice of
I'm
your
not gonna-
angels through the gash. That is your sign.
I'm not gonna. Although. It doesn't seem.
At least I'm trying to figure something out. Let's see, is it sleep?
A few parishioners listen to the words of the preacher, mesmerized. Although I'm sure that, like me, they can't decipher the meaning of his mystical rants either.
Oh. It's actually not too strange that nobody get it.
The thunderous voice of your angels.
Seated on these
through the
disarranged
gash.
pews,
That
some
is
people are
your
listening to the
sign.
preacher. Others just nod off. I guess they don't have anywhere else to go.
I guess kind of like a free zone, maybe?
This column
Did
fragment
we
must have
do
fallen
it?
off one of the
Are
walls
we
during the.
the
Now it's
guilty
keeping the
ones?
pedestal of the statue company.
I kind of want to break something more.
Considering the condition of the rest of the church, it's amazing that the stained glass window is still in place and practically intact. Such little
Did
light that
we
gets in from
do
the street gives
Are
it a
we
ghostly
the
appearance.
guilty ones?
Actually, because it look kind of cool.
This enormous stone cross casts a giant shadow. Perhaps that wasn't the original intention, but the result is pretty gloomy and menacing.
The thunderous voice of your angels through the
I'm not going
gash.
to interrupt him in the middle.
That is your sign.
Well, dude, if you don't want to interrupt them, then I have no idea what we should do.
The catastrophe caused a lot is a miracle.
Illuminate us with your fiery voice, Lord. Send us a sign.
Let's go and see if I can use anything on it. Just for lols.
I wouldn't know how to use these glass.
Well, it's not really like you have any good idea.
They
with
were nailed
anything.
into it. I have no intent.
Well, screw
The
you then.
ruins of the temple,
Let's see.
the lion above
If
the
I
flame.
wedge one of the
Lol.
ends of the plank under the statue's pedestal, the other part will rest directly on the base of the toppled column.
We're waiting, Lord. Did we
And
do
this is
it?
going to be so epic.
Illuminate us. Send us a sign with your just and vengeful arm. Is this our fault?
Yep. Really?
Listen! It's the fiery breath of God. The Lord has sent us his sign.
Trolling,
And I
trolling
was
religious
right.
people. Fuck
It is
yeah.
all our fault.
I mean, that's like the best thing to do
We
ever.
did it, and we have aroused his fury.
But what the hell's going on here?
Look, that's the sign.
What?
Forgive us, Lord. Forgive us. Repent, all ye sinners.
It's the atmospheric
No,
phenomenon
I know.
I'm hearing so much about. That infernal sound coming from the crack in the sky. It's terrifying.
That is the sign. We did it. Forgive us, Lord. Forgive us.
I don't think he's going to forgive
My
us, honestly.
children, God has spoken to us with his darkest voice. Haven't you heard him? But there's still time. All is not lost. We still have time. Salvation
Well, I'm pretty
lies in the
unsure if we
place
have
where it
time,
all
honestly,
began,
I mean.
in the ruins, at the source. We must return to the ruins of the temple.
What
we
temple?
must return. We must.
But it was all like, fuck that shit. What, even more glass?
Well, look at that. Next to this enormous hunk of glass, the colored glass shards I picked up earlier look ridiculous. I'd better get rid of them.
What, really? See, what's the point of me even trying to loot something and he's all like, nah, I don't know. I don't want to keep it. Well, let's talk to Reverend, like, it just seemed kind of interesting, and the fact that
hello.
Michael seemed to know
I heard
him
your
is
sermon.
even more interesting.
Yeah, God has shown us his sign. He has finally spoken to all of us. With his thunderous voice, he has revealed the unknown. We did it. It's all our fault.
Well, it has to be someone's
We
fault, so
did
I mean,
it. But there's still
why
time.
the fuck not?
All is not lost. There's still time to avoid it. The head of the lion above the flames that holds the key to everything.
Oh yeah, but that's like so scary. Yeah, let's just take them like one by one, and we'll see what
But
it
what
says.
is it we did?
There's a lot of
Time
shit.
is the will of God. It is his heart and his hammer. The centuries
Oh, it's just
and the
hate,
ages
man.
belong solely to him. The celestial empire is a divine clock. Time rotates around God. Its hands are his angels and archangels. Now I see it all clearly. How could we have been so stupid? Our arrogance
Well,
had enraged him.
we're
That's
only
what we
humans.
did.
This man is
See, that
definitely crazy. Nothing he says makes any sense.
I beg you, leave my brother in peace. He's very upset.
What signs are you referring to?
The dark angels
Ha, ha,
of
ha.
God.
I need to know
clamor
all the
madly
knowledge, man,
through
or
the
else I
open
don't know
wound
what I'm
that is
going to do in this
bleeding the
game.
kingdom of heaven dry. Haven't you heard?
Yeah,
We were
shit
speaking
loads.
with a thunderous voice. God is furious. That is his sign.
I suppose
Yes,
in
it
his
kinda
delirium,
makes sense.
Man has mistaken that strange sound coming from the gash in the sky left by the great wave as a sign from the heavens. He's definitely lost his mind.
Please be so kind as to leave us in peace. Can't you see that my brother is very agitated?
Never. I will know everything. Tell me, what is to prevent? Yeah, I just want to know
What is
all
it
this
that we
shit
can
before
still
I
do?
start. Because I've
The
got a feeling they
wrath
pick
of
some of the
God,
other ones. It's going to
the
end the
destruction of
conversation, and that
man.
would be so
There's still
meaningless,
time.
honestly.
We did it, but we still have time. The key is in the ruins of the temple. We have to find the ruins of the temple. Look for the head of the lion above the flames. Bring me the head of the lion above the flames while there's still time.
Is that like
But
a
this
quest?
church is already in ruins. It hardly has any walls or a foundation left. You're already in the ruins of the temple.
No, you're mistaken. Bring me the head of the lion above the flames.
That's enough. Stop.
The head of the lion above the flames? That sounds absurd. It makes no sense.
I promise you, it's going to make sense somehow.
We
That's
did
going to-
what? I'm sorry, but I didn't understand a word you just said.
We sullied his name. We didn't know that each second is a drop of Christ's blood, and that only he can reign over the interval, over the infinite mysticism of the fragment.
That's gonna make
Only
sense.
he can reign over time with his incandescent omnipotence, and we were unable to see it. And now
Well,
he is
sometimes you just get bad luck,
enraged,
man.
and we're to blame. That's what we did.
Oh yeah.
I assume you're referring to the atmosphere.
No, that
Okay, he's.
and now
I got a feeling
that
that
is
this is not going to really help me.
I think it's best that I leave you in.
Yes.
there's still bring me the
Yeah, I know I'm going to bring you the head of the lion, man. It's cool, it's cool. Let's see. It doesn't look like there's much more for me to do in here, honestly. At least I don't think so. So, just going to check around a little with the mouse to see if there's anything. Those people can't. I can't talk to them. It seems like I've basically done what I can in this room for a moment, at least. Let's see if you can find the head of the lion above the flames.